Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome back to the illest illuminator. So this time around I'm not going to be on the screen because I have been under the weather and I'm just not feeling it to be on screen right now, but I just did not want to delay your reading, so therefore a different type of setting. But let's see what we got going on for my dear Scorpios. What are the messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for March? So again, my apologies for being so late with these readings. But gosh, you're still under this type of energy, Scorpio. And to be honest with you, and I'm saying this type of energy, and you're like, what type of energy? Well, an energy where you are definitely going through a massive healing and purging out of a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. All right, you might have experienced a lot of sleepless nights, nightmares. There is definitely some kind of a purging out that is going on in your life right now. And I was about to talk about this, since I do have a lot of Scorpio in my chart that I've been very, like, definitely now that I'm a bit under the weather, like fears around my health or around what is going on in the world is really affecting me a lot. So this could be internal, but this could also be external energies that are affecting you right now, with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. I see a lot of people, or a lot of you, needing to make some type of decision. It could be a practical decision, could be in concerning a relationship, but there is definitely a lot of stress and anxiety. Either someone that you're dealing with is trying to make a decision or made up a decision that is stressing you out a lot, with this Two of Wands right beneath that. But this is definitely telling me that you have been quite on guard. You're not trusting a lot of people, blocking people out, you know, people that are trying to challenge you, but you may feel rather small. And it's also, this always reminds me of your inner child. So there could have been a lot of inner child issues that came up to the forefront for you, that you are definitely protected in your healing. So protecting yourself and not engaging in people's challenges or pittiness is going to be very beneficial for you. So try to close yourself off as much as you can in this period of time to release that fear. You know, sometimes when we are in fear mode, we do tend to, you know, want to talk about things, and sometimes in life it's actually better to release it or find a way to talk with yourself to release that energy. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing right off the bat, and I already felt like you were going through this very, very strongly. As we can see, there's, you know, there is a new, a different way of approaching things or approaching this stress, but you may be feeling overwhelmed right now. There's too much going on in your head. Let's see what else for Scorpio, please. Two of Swords. This might be you blocking people out, not wanting to engage in anything. This is extreme blockage, all right? So some of you are definitely an extreme blockage of people. If they don't come to you with honesty and integrity, you're kind of like, hell no. You're not getting in. You're not getting in. So you're really protecting your space right now, protecting your energy. You might be also dealing with someone that is behaving in the same way, and you're reflecting that kind of energy. Knight of Cups. The Two of Cups. Well, there's a lot of good movement, so this is all for a reason. With the star here, definitely the star is a reason, right? Like that's what the star represents, and it all represents a healing, a phase of healing. And I feel like what is going to come out of this is a brand new beginning here. With the Two of Cups, there is definitely a soulmate connection that is very dear to you, that has gone through a lot of turbulences, a lot of conflict, and it has caused you a lot of stress and anxiety, not knowing which direction to go. But the moment you block it out and you let the universe take over and you focus on your own healing and purging out this stress and anxiety, it just comes back around. Look at that, the Wheel of Fortune is right there, saying that things are going to change for the better here. This could be definitely also new. For some of you, this is you being done with the old and being ready for the new. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like the person that you've been dealing with may have not... How do I say this? Like, I hear appreciation. Like, they did not appreciate you, or they did not appreciate your value here. And now you're coming to a point where you're happy where you're going to be, like what you have built up for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of freedom. It's a card of knowing your word, knowing what you are made of, knowing your gifts, knowing your what you bring into the table. We got the Emperor here as well. Let me see. I want to see what is going on with the person that you're dealing with. And some of you, you're definitely going to choose freedom, all right? Like, despite the fact that this is a very strong connection, it just has given you too much stress and anxiety. I do get the feeling that the person that you're dealing with does not take a big approach. You know, they're not taking in any action. And for some, it might be because they're, you know... Like, you're dealing with someone that is... I don't want to say lazy, but they almost feel like they got you in a sense. And because of that, they are very reluctant to take action towards you. That's what I feel from your energy. I want to know what is going on with them. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Look at that. And the Five of Cups. Wow. So this person is going through some kind of sadness and a grief, but they're not being honest. They're not being upfront. Like I said, they don't approach you. They're not being honest. Despite the fact that we have the Knight of Cups here, this man is not sitting on his horse. You know, he's not taking any type of action, and he is having this Two of Cups in the foresight, but he's not being honest with you. There is some kind of a dishonesty here going on, and I feel like it's more like you don't deserve it. Like, you don't deserve to go through all this nightmare and all this stress and waiting for someone to make a decision. And that's why you are, you know, deciding to separate yourself, because it does not look like this person is taking any type of action at this point. And they're not being honest about the fact that they do feel like this is a loss. They do feel a lot of grief and sadness here, but they're not being upfront. They're lying. Like, there's an energy where they're not being upfront about their feelings. Yeah, they're not making any type of decision. They are trying to be, you know, running away from it, or not being upfront. They know that this is like, I need to go left, I need to go right. Like, you should start to decide which direction to go. And you may have been in the position of like, okay, I need you to make a decision, because I'm not going to be defending myself constantly. Like, you need to take action. And the more you say that, the more you become into some kind of power struggle here. And they know that they need to make a decisive decision in order to make progress here. But there is definitely a decision here on board. And I'm not feeling like, it could be that this person is having different people, but I'm not feeling that. This is more so in terms of a commitment. Like, this person does not want to be committed. They want to flirt. Not in a way that they have other options, but they just want to be free to flirt. And you know, at one point you need to make a, you know, a decision here. We got the Four of Pentacles, so they're trying to stay in control. Like I said, they're trying to control you. What is your advice? We got the Magician. Yeah, this is definitely someone that is trying to maneuver you or maneuver their way back to you, because they know that you're very stressed out. That's what I feel, because they have manifested that. Oh, I cannot even pick it up, because they have been manifesting that. I know that sounds very weird, but this person is definitely they get their thrill when you panic out, or they get their thrill when you are stressed out and you start to chase them. What is your advice? Ooh, Justice right there. Integrity. Yeah, we got a lot of cards coming out, but this is Justice, making the right decision, acting out of integrity. If this person is not giving you any value at this point, besides the fact that this is a very deep connection, you need to make decisions that are going to benefit you in the long run. A lot of people are getting the Justice card, by the way. You know, I didn't do any readings for a couple of days, and yet the Justice card is right here. Next full moon is going to be in Libra, so I feel like a lot of things are going to be balanced out in relationships. What is your advice? Yeah, the Death card. Look at that. That's your advice. Yeah, this is you needing to transform and end things that are just not giving you any justice in a situation. There is no balance. There is a lack of integrity coming from this individual, and the lack of integrity has to do with the fact that this person does not want to share their feelings, or even if they are going through a remorse, or they feel this loss of this connection, they're just too stubborn to make a move. And we have the Five of Swords here, so you are really being encouraged to walk away from this conflict and to let the divine take over this transformation, to end this stressful period for you, and not be dealing with someone that is not being honest and upfront with their feelings, because that's what I feel from this energy. They're not being upfront with you. They're definitely not being upfront with you. Someone here has definitely a lack of integrity that needs to change. And the only way to change that is by you taking a step back and choosing your own freedom, choosing to be free from restrictions. Look at that, envy, you know, deception and envy. Someone is definitely awareness. Look at that. You gotta, oh, I'm sorry. Look at that, deception and envy, awareness. You need to be, you know, this is you getting that awareness, understanding that if something is giving you too much stress and you need to fight for your right and always be on defense mood, and if you always need to be on a defense mood within this connection, something ain't right. Something ain't right, and you have that awareness. You know exactly what to do. Stand your ground. Look at that. Twice we got to stand your ground. Like, you will earn much more respect if you stand your ground and do not let this person walk all over you with this angel of integrity. Respect yourself, and that's the decision that you're making. Like, yes, I may love you, but I will respect myself more. Rejoice and rejuvenation. There's a lot of celebrations coming up for you, though. Once you restrict yourself from this anxiety and from this challenging energies, you are going to celebrate life. You are going to feel so much more renewed within yourself. You guys are definitely closing out a very heavy cycle at this point in your life. Yeah, discontent. Yeah, look at that. Discontent and boredom, rest and rejuvenation. This is you definitely needing to disconnect from these people. And this does not always have to be in love situations, okay? This could definitely be the people around you, the people that you party with, friends that have been, you know, being very challenging towards you, or you always have to defend yourself or defend where you're coming from, and it can take a lot of energy from you, all right? And you really need to close yourself off, like I said, and work through your own fears, definitely. And that's the transformation that Scorpio usually goes through, like working through those fears. And I know that you guys have been having those kind of readings lately a lot, so this is definitely a period for you to rest and to rejuvenate. And perhaps you do need to reject this situation for the time being, for your own integrity, for your own respect, right? Definitely, if this person has a third-party situation going on and you know about it, because we got the Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups, and they're blocking you, they're not being honest, they have a lack of integrity, it's time for you to reject this and choose yourself at the end. Let's see. Vulnerability, yeah. You know, too much is hidden from you. Again, this person does not want to show how vulnerable they are, and you can't push them, you can't force them. You need to only control yourself, and you can't be controlling them to open up. That's their life journey. That's what they need to go through. And I feel like they are hiding a lot of things from you, all right? With this open up your heart, vulnerability, open your heart and allow yourself to be tender. And we got the unseen here. Too much is hidden from you. I'm gonna clarify this in the extended reading, but I could tell already, like, this person has a lot of feelings, they have a lot of regret, but they're not coming forward. And if they are not coming forward, you can't force them to express that. And I feel like that's kind of like a struggle that is going on, unfortunately. And we got the return of the Aphrodite, temple, birth of goddess, guidance, goddess energy, and treating as sacred. This is you with this Nine of Pentacles, finding yourself back, you know, getting back into your feminine power, treating yourself as sacred, not letting anyone get it or hit it. You get what I mean? This is someone that is treating their body and their soul as a temple. And what comes up to my mind is what I do see or hear quite often is when people are going through these kind of stress and anxiety, and their partner or the person that is not acting out of interest, they start to date or, you know, have sexual relationships with other people just to, you know, entertain themselves or to act like they're over it and they're moving on. No, you know, that's not all right. Like, that should not be the way that you should treat yourself. All right, like, it should be a sacred temple, your body, and you should know your worth and value and know who you're gonna give it to and who not. And definitely not out of a space of you know, showing people like, oh, I'm over it and I'm dating and look at me. And that's not showing the world your true self, okay? So I don't know why that needed to come out, but I felt the need to say that because we got the treating as sacred. You need to treat your body as a sacred. Be okay with being single and independent and not be dealing with other people, all right? And this is definitely talking about physical attraction. Yeah, protect your peace, protect your own self and harmony. This is of a woman that is meditating with a bowl of light around her, and that's exactly how one needs to protect themselves while meditating. That's why I have my globe, my golden globe, usually, because when I sit here, I always feel protected. You know, it's like it's made out of protection, and when I sit here, you know, in front of the globe, I always feel this energy around me that is protecting me from outside negative influences. But that's how you need to, you know, feel that energy yourself as well. Create that in your mind. So that was your reading, my dear Scorpio. I am going to continue this reading on Vimeo. We are going to take a look at the situation with your person, how you both feel one another, and just see whatever comes up. There will not be a he says, she says spread this week. I will put that out next week on Vimeo. So yeah, thank you so much, Scorpio. I hope you'll get through this. I hope you got all the answers you need from this video, and thank you for your love and support. I see you guys next week. Bye.